Excel has 3 new functions that revolutionize text manipulation. And it's about time, because parsing text in Excel with functions like search, mid, and left, etc. can be cumbersome and frustrating. These new functions allow you to work with regular expressions, commonly known as RegEx or REGEX if you prefer. Regular expressions are powerful tools used for pattern matching within text strings, allowing you to search, extract, and manipulate text based on specific patterns, making them incredibly useful for data validation, text parsing, and manipulation. RegEx uses a sequence of characters to define a search pattern. This pattern can match simple text sequences or more complex structures. Let's dive into these new functions with some practical examples to showcase their power and versatility. Now, if you're not familiar with RegEx, there's a link in the video description where I share a breakdown of how it works and a step-by-step guide to writing your own, plus the example file for this video so you can get started. The first function is RegExTest, which allows you to determine if a text string matches a specified pattern. Now, I know a lot of people would prefer this to be called RegExMatch, and as these functions are currently in beta, the name may change. RegExTest takes 3 arguments, the first being the text that you want to test. Next is the pattern or literal text that you want to find. And the last optional argument allows you to make it case sensitive, which is the default. I want it to be an insensitive match, so we're going to go with 1. I'll close parentheses, and it returns true to indicate that the text was found. Now in this example we search for a literal text string, that is the word world, but we can use patterns here to make the search mode more flexible. Let's say I want to test whether an email address is correctly formatted. In this case, the text is in this cell here. The pattern needs to go inside double quotes, and I'm just going to paste it from my clipboard to make it quicker, and then we'll walk through it. These characters tell Excel how to identify the various components in the email address that we expect to find, and if they look a bit daunting, be sure to follow the link in the video description to a step-by-step guide. The caret at the start of the string ensures the pattern matches from the beginning. The username part matches 1 or more characters that are either word characters, letters, digits, or underscores, dots, or hyphens. The @ character matches the literal @ symbol, separating the username and domain part. The domain name part matches 1 or more characters that are either word characters, dots, or hyphens. And the dot character matches the literal dot before the top-level domain. And then the top-level domain matches 1 or more word characters representing the domain suffix, for example com, co.uk, etc. And then the $sign on the end ensures the pattern matches up to the end of the string. Let's close parentheses and press enter, and we can see that one's correct. I'll copy it down, and you can see the first 3 are correct and the last one is missing the top-level domain. As you've seen, RegExTest is handy for data validation, and because it returns true or false, it's useful for nesting inside other functions that take Boolean values. The RegExExtract function extracts substrings that match the specified pattern from the input text. We'll use it to extract an email address from this sentence. We're going to wrap the pattern in double quotes, and I'm going to copy it from my clipboard. Now you'll notice the only difference in this pattern is it doesn't have the $sign at the end, which tells Excel to find this pattern at the end of the text string. And that's because the email address could be anywhere in that sentence. So we want to leave the location of the email address flexible. Let's close parentheses, and there's the email address. And just to prove that it doesn't have to be at the end of the sentence, I'll add some text. And you can see it still finds the email address, even if we put text after it. Another use for RegExExtract is to extract the domain name from URL. Again, we want double quotes for the pattern, and then I'm going to copy it in from my clipboard, close the double quotes. And now you'll notice this function also has some other arguments. We can choose the return mode. It returns the first match by default, but we can return all matches or capture groups of first match. We also have case sensitivity, but I don't need either of these in this case, so I'll close parentheses. And you can see it returns the domain excluding the HTTPS and anything on the end. So you can see with RegExExtract we have a lot of flexibility for extracting text without the need to nest a load of functions to locate it. The RegExReplace function replaces substrings matching a pattern with a replacement string. For example, let's say I want to redact the first 2 sets of digits from this phone number. Again, my pattern needs to go in double quotes, and I'll paste it in from my clipboard. In this pattern, the first section matches exactly 3 consecutive digits. Then we have a hyphen, which matches the literal hyphen character, and the next pattern matches exactly 3 more consecutive digits. And then all I need to do is specify what I want it replaced with. I'm going to redact it with XXX-XXX. Here we also have the option to specify the occurrence and case sensitivity. I don't need it in this case, so we'll leave them blank and press enter. And now you can see my phone number is confidential. Pretty cool. And XLOOKUP and XMatch will soon be able to take regex patterns in their lookup values, which will be a game changer. But if all that makes your head hurt, you can do some pretty sophisticated text manipulation with Power Query, which is a lot more point and click. So check out this video next. I'll see you there.